All right. Welcome back to Club Helsinki Virtual Open Mic. Hey, Ryder.
Hi, Cameron.
How is your owl friend, October?
October is just fine, enjoying the month.
Yeah, I bet.
The all of the transitions from summer into autumn into winter and all of the magical things that happen. October is watching over us all.
I see. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. It's a little cold and rainy here today, folks, in the Hudson Valley. We've had some beautiful autumn weather. I think we got a little bit more beautiful autumn weather, October weather happening before the winter sets in. All right. So we got a fun show tonight for y'all.
Yes.
We got some new artists. We got some old artists.
Mm-hmm. And the first two artists we have, well, the very first artist we have is The Big Takeover from New Paltz. This is one of the bands who play at Club Helsinki live in the actual non-virtual club, and so this is going to be fun to see their video.
Yes.
It's an original song called Where Did I Go Wrong? Live at the Sugar Shack recording compound in Bonita Springs, Florida. Wow.
Cool.
And the band is fronted by the charismatic Jamaican-born singer and songwriter Nini Rushi.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our first video, and the second one has been submitted by a filmmaker of the name David McDonald. He is from the Hudson area and Hudson, New York, and he says this is a video about our responsibility to each other as human beings during this pandemic and afterwards. And he is the author of a play which is called Ella the Ungovernable, which is about the 15-year-old Ella Fitzgerald's incarceration at Hudson, New York's training school for girls in 1933. Whoa.
Yeah, that wasn't during Hudson's bright heyday.
Yes, one of the many things that makes Hudson among many other people and places interesting is its dark past.
Oh yes.
So let's enjoy these first two videos.
You don't have to try no more. I get the feeling that I'm trying by myself. And if you didn't wanna end You did not have to come here and bug me, baby. You don't have to lie no more. I get the feeling that I'm lying to myself. And if you didn't want to end up this way, then you did not have to run. Oh, it did have go wrong for me to write this song. Oh yeah, because you wanted it to, you needed it to. You didn't have to go through the trouble. Oh, it did have go wrong for me to write this song. Oh yeah, because you wanted it to, you needed it to. You diddly 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 do wrong for me to write this song. Oh yeah, because you wanted it to, you needed it to. You didn't have to, you didn't even have to. No.
Hello, Earth. This is God speaking, or nature, or fate, or whatever you care to call me. I've given you this time to spend in your living rooms and on your couches so you have some time and perspective to evaluate some of your choices. Most notably, your choice to care more about yourselves than for your fellow brothers and sisters. Like any good parent, I've tried to give my own children leeway to make their own decisions and their own mistakes. But let me make this perfectly clear to you, in case it wasn't clear enough already. Either you take care of each other, or I will pick you off, one at a time. There will be nothing left of you. There will be no quarter. I will not differentiate between the rich and the poor, or those of you building glass houses around yourselves, because I can get through any house of glass, or brick, or steel.
Sometimes you gotta burn to keep a storm away.
My option to you is very simple. Either you start caring for each other right now, or you will cease to exist. If you haven't realized it by now, you're all in this together. Every single one of you. There is no taking time off from being a human being, or your responsibility to each other as human beings. And please, stop using me as a crutch, or as a means to your own selfish ends. My teachings have been there all along, and they couldn't be any clearer. And they are the same in every religion. Love your brothers and sisters like you love yourself. And you don't need me, or however you refer to me in any culture, as the sole source of this message. Your preachers, your philosophers, your artists have been telling you the same thing all along, too. It's all about love. Everything has to do with love. Love is the only thing that will save you. And above all, sing love from the rooftops. Sing it from the balconies. Sing for your brothers and sisters. Sing for each other. We are all one now. We are all one now. We are all one now.
Sometimes you got to just
All right, thank you. to several, a bunch of members of our regional creative community here. David McDonald, filmmaker, and local filmmaker, local animal lover here in Hudson, New York, and the great band, The Big Takeover. Thank you, Nini, and thank you, everybody in the band.
And,
All right, coming up.
If you enjoyed the Big Takeover, I have seen them doing some virtual shows, so you can find out about that if you look them up on Bands in Town.
There you go, a hot tip. All right, so another one of our regional creative community, a gentleman named Stuart Quimby. Stuart is a great flautist and one hell of a computer guy. And this is a submission, actually, it's a band from Florida. I believe they're still in Florida. I believe they're in Florida, called Physical Plant, featuring his son Kagan and 3 or 4 other guys. We played a video of theirs back early on when we first started the virtual open mic that I was very fond of. And they do some recording tricks. I believe this is 2 people playing 4 parts. I think people are switching around on the instruments a little bit. The name of this tune is What You Do to Me by Physical Plant. And then after that, we have this guy, I guess would qualify definitely as a top shelf Club Helsinki open mic hero. His name is Victor Wooten. Might have heard of him. Monster bass player, Helsinki artist. Also, Victor's played the club. And we're going to be playing a song by him this week, and also in the coming weeks. We're hoping to get an interview with Victor and discuss a charity project that he's got. Well, it's not a charity, it's a fundraising effort, I believe, as a music camp for kids. And we will be talking that in the episodes to come. Who's that, Ryder?
Oh, this is Hieronymus.
That's Hieronymus. You see, I keep hearing about Hieronymus. I think it's the first time he's been on camera in a while.
A very special kitty here.
Yeah.
He and I escaped the cat rescue together.
Ah. Did you like shimmy down a bed sheet or anything exciting like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So without any further ado, coming from Florida, Physical Plant. Coming from Tennessee, Victor Wooten. Back, huh? Holy moly. All right, Victor Wooten. What a monster. Physical plant. What a bunch of monsters. Couple of monsters.
Yes. We have some chats coming in. You can chat to us on Facebook or on YouTube or on clubhelsinki.live, our website, where you can also submit your videos. We suggest YouTube videos. Those are the best ones for us to work with. So let's see what's coming in on the chats. We have, Beth Ramsey,
Hello, Beth.
David Grossman,
David Grossman from,
Reality TV.
that would be Cassidy AMA's coming to us from the other side of the river.
Nia, of course, the fabulous Nia, who has brought us so many artists.
Yes.
Thanks, Nia. And Alana, where we will see and hear a very unique video from her at the end of the show. And so if you would like to send us a message, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Next, we have Joe Ratowski, Big Joe.
Big
we,
Joe.
we like to call him. And Cameron, your ears are just so divine.
Yeah, I'm sporting them. I'm sporting the dog ears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
as long as I stay real still. See if I move just a little bit. Oh, I see now they're behaving themselves. Well, whatever. Anyway,
You
yeah,
never know how dog ears are going to behave, right?
right. And I'm a dog person at heart, and Ryder's a cat person at heart. Well, Ryder's an all animal. Well, we both are. Anyway, she wears kitty ears, and I wear dog ears. I guess is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
She wears them much better than I do.
Well, yours look really good, Cameron.
Thank you.
All right, so Big Joe Ratowski, he has been to our live open mic at the club, and he's been a staunch participant in the virtual open mic, sending videos almost every week. So that's been such a delight to see what he's going to send. We love having new artists and submissions every week, and we love the people who keep coming back. It's so exciting to see what they're going to do this week. So just like the regular open mic, I mean by regular I mean the live open mic that used to be in the club. So this week Joe has sent us 3 reflections on 3 great songs from the musical Ragtime. So he is bringing us the Ragtime prologue, a song called Your Daddy's Hands, and a song called New Music. And set in the early 20th century, Ragtime tells the story of 3 groups in the United States, African Americans represented by Coalhouse Walker Jr., a Harlem musician. Second category, upper class suburbanites represented by Mother, the matriarch of a white upper class family in New Rochelle, New York, and Eastern European immigrants. So this is going to be a treat.
That's right. And I got a personal add on to that. This was written, the book was written, his name was Dr. Al. I'm trying to remember, anyway, Professor or Dr. Al. My mother took a class from the author. That's all. Just thought that would be of mild interest. Yeah. Take it away. thank you, Joe Rotowski. Beautiful piano. We had a little technical hiccup there in the beginning there. We had an audio issue. Apologies. Beautiful piano. Thank you. Okay, so, you know, all us musicians, got a lot of musicians in my life. Everybody's got that one or two or three favorite bars or clubs that they came up in. And there's just something very special about a great music venue. Why we opened Club Helsinki was to try to capture that magic. Anyway, there was a club back in the old days in Studio City, California, which is next to North Hollywood, called the Blah Blah Cafe. This is a song written by my buddy Gary Mazzola, a great singer-songwriter, lives in Tehachapi, California in the high desert. But in his younger days, there was once a place where people gathered to see talent come of age. It was a magical place called the Blah Blah Cafe. Lisa Nesmo, Al Jarreau, Keith Green, Emmett Chapman, Maxine Sellers, Lauren Wood, Shelby Flint, a lot of names here, Maureen McGovern, Robin Williams, Steve Martin, David Letterman, many, many more played there. So, you know, Studio City is right there, right in Hollywood. So the Blah Blah, I've heard a lot about it. Gary's told me about it over the years. And there was always a lot of talent in the room. So this is a piece that Gary wrote for the Blah Blah Cafe.
When I was a young man, playing my guitar, strumming simple changes to the moon, writing tender love songs, thought would change the world. Never had to search long for a tune. Practice every single night and day. Showcase at the Blah Blah Cafe. Lisa played the 12-string, the cello harmony. Voices blending songs you love to hear. Deepest dreams would find me. Street saints at the door. Couldn't get enough, I wanted more. Practiced every single night and day. Sing your songs at the Blah Blah Cafe. Out with just a microphone would sing Moonlighted Vermont. Vocal beats that left you in a trance. Memories of those days live inside my soul. I close my eyes and I'm standing in the light. We would meet for dinner or just to see a show. I tell you now, we must have been a sight. A place where you could really come of age. The feeling when they called you to the stage. practicing every single night and day, so I could play real good at the Blah Blah Cafe. Blah Blah Cafe. So I could play real good at the Blah Blah Cafe. Oh, let me dance. Oh, let me dance. Oh, let me play real good at the Blah Blah Cafe.
All right, this is the animal segment of our show, folks. This is my pal Shadow. And we were just checking out October the Owl's Sexy Ankles. Oh, Shadow's getting a little fidgety here. Anyway, he wanted to say hi to everybody. That's the animal segment of our show. All right, little boy. Woohoo! Wow. All right. So what do we got coming up next there, Ryder?
Oh, let's see here. We've got Big Joni. So this is a group of amazing women musicians. And in the studio, and Don Rivero, he's doing the one-man band. So we're so excited to see these videos. Big Joni are performing Cranes in the Sky by Solange Knowles, recorded at Real Rebel Studio in London. And it's part of their 7-inch single. So look them up. It's Big Joni, Joanie. It's a Black feminist punk band where they say that they are like the Ronettes.
They're coming from London, right?
London, yes. Filtered
Yeah.
through 80s DIY and Riot Girl, GRRL, with a sprinkling of dashikis. So we're really looking forward to that. This is our first video from Big Joni, and any little tidbits on Don Rivero is that
I know that Don is one of these artists.
Singer. What do you know about him, Cameron?
Well, I know that he's playing with himself in this particular video.
He is
he's-
playing with himself, yes.
Yes, yes.
I try to drink it on. I try to put one in the air. I try to dance it on. I try to change it with my hair. I ran my credit card bill up. Got a new dress to make it better. I try to work it on, but that just made me even sadder. I try to keep myself busy, ran around in circles, made myself dizzy. I slept it on, I sexed it on, I read it on. And it's life.
it's like rains in the sky. Sometimes one feels metal clouds. I try to run away, but then my head be feeling clearer. I traveled 70 states. The move around make me feel better. I try to let go my lover, but if I was alone, I could recover. Right away, oh, crying it's like grains in the sky. Sometimes one feels metal clouds. And it's like rains in the sky. Sometimes one feels metal clouds. Away, 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 away,
This one's from the White House, for real. Who knows how long I've loved you? You know I love you still. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. For if I ever saw you, I didn't catch your name, but it never really mattered. I will always feel the same. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. can hear you. Make it easy to be near you. For the things you do endear you to me. Oh, you know I will. I will. La, 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 la,
All righty. Thank you to Don Rivero coming to us from Western Massachusetts, and Big Joni from London, England.
That was amazing.
It was. It was.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope we hear more from both groups. I hope we
Yeah.
hear more from everybody.
That's right.
We have some chats.
Ah,
Nia McKinley, who has brought us so many artists, as I mentioned earlier, she did bring us the Big Joni group, and she says, big up to my girls at Big Joni and Solange Knowles, who is Beyonce's sister, who recognized them. So that's a fun story.
Nice.
We've also heard from Bronwyn, who
hello, Bronwyn.
a poet that
Yeah.
who we miss from our
we do.
live open mic. We're
Yes, we
hoping
do.
to see a video from her someday.
Yep, we're working on that actually.
Yeah. So, and Creality TV, she says good medicine. So
Cassidy A. Mays herself from over the bridge and through the woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to send us a message, you can do so on the Club Helsinki open mic page, or on the YouTube channel that you may be watching, or on the clubhelsinki.live website.
Right. Quite so. All right, coming up next, a new artist coming to us from Toronto, California. Toronto, Canada. My mind is all over the place. Toronto, Canada. She goes by Looney Moonchild. Sort of a California name, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Looney Moonchild coming from Toronto, Canada. She's a Canadian musical artist and composer. And this is a song called Some Kind of Love. And then our own Professor Tony Coraldo with one of his 1-minute rags.
Something inside of me has changed. Oh, well, I feel different today. Oh, 'cause the TV don't make me sad, the paper don't make me sick. Oh, everything in my universe seems to shift a little bit. Just another day in the neighborhood seems old, but I've been struck with a new sense of being. If you let me, could it change my mind? Since you let me, I cannot describe how it feels to love. Some kind of love. Thumb down my cigarettes, not time to second guess. Every time I've given up, I play so much pretend. I always wonder when I forget who I was. Flaws don't make me bad, and jealousy don't make me wanna quit. Oh, everything in my universe seems to shift a little bit. describe? How can I describe how it feels to love? Some kind of love, love. Above, angels sing. I can feel everything. Up 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 above, angels sing. I can feel everything. Simple song, angels sing. I can feel everything. Up above, angels sing. I can feel everything. Simple song, angels sing. I can feel everything. How it feels to love. Some kind of love. Every
Interesting ending there, Tony. Holy moly.
Yeah, Tony's always really good at endings.
Yep.
I'm so jealous. Endings are the hardest thing.
Yep.
So easy to start something and so difficult to finish.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm sure all the songwriters out there know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So up next we have Tezoma, and the piece is called Ghost Ships. It's a poem that describes the reappearance of the historical errors that we have committed in the past. These ghost ships seem to reappear as we are about to make further mistakes in our human endeavor. And I always pronounce his name not quite right. Cameron
Yes, it's Tesso Somak.
Somic.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes.
And he's from Los Angeles. He's a Chicano poet and Oscar-nominated activist with many publications. So
Yeah.
it's an honor to hear from him. And after that, we have Dominique Hammonds. He's a violinist, and he's doing a cover song named Focus by the artist known as HER. And a little background on Dominique. He's a young, energetic, contemporary jazz violinist who's a Houston native. And he started playing classical violin at age 8. He attended high school for performing and visual arts in Houston, and he went on to study music performance. So this is going to be a real treat.
Texas in the house.
All right. This piece is titled Ghost Ships. We find ourselves in the ghost ships of the past, derelict, adrift, and dead like the crew of the Mary Celeste. The ghostly vessels of our bodies are strewn adrift, deserted, empty hulls of empty meaning and signification. The derelicts found adrift in our historical materiality, careening in our subconscious decommission, scrap, breaking loose off their ropes and carried away by the manifest winds and social waves. The fire ship of Bay de Charlet lingers like a visual floater that can't be shook, the flaming three-mast galley that arcs across the horizon before the coming storm. You see, these ghostly ships seem to constantly reappear at some intervals, like Lady Lovingvon, as a reminder of our failures. Consider August 4th, 2020, the forgotten pulled out cargo of the MV Rosas tanker blew up half of Beirut. Few of the people had any notion of the 2,750 tons of NH4NO3, also known as ammonium nitrate, that had been sitting in a port warehouse for over 7 years. These vessels, like the ships of the past, have served their many uses: the plunder caravans of the oceans, the cancerous caravels delivering their contagion payloads on unsuspecting lands and ripping the surface content, stereoscopically extracting the geoflesh from these new lands and loading them on their greedy galleons of Europe. Al-Qabulan, the original name for what is now called Africa, in its ancient times meant mother of mankind or Garden of Eden, but today it remains the plunder playgrounds for the best that Europe could send. And some, I assume, are good people. You see, an undisclosed buyer paid rough and tumble Russian Igor Grashunskin $1 million to ship 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate from Georgia to Mozambique. Grashunskin used the windfall to purchase the Rosas, a 27-year-old cargo ship from Cyprus-based company, employed Russian Boris Prokoshev to helm the ship and the cargo across the Black Sea, stopping in Istanbul, Turkey, Piraeus, Greece, and Beirut. Running short on cash, Prokoshev went to Beirut to take more cargo. Prokoshev found himself in a deadly ship, and as the hatch covers sagged under the weight of the machinery. But Grashunskin saved Prokoshev from abandoning ship by failing to pay the port fee. Such was the dooming of the Rosas, abandoned by its owner. As the ship was pirated by the port, the Rosas captain, chief engineer, third engineer, and the boatswain couldn't disembark. These 21st century capitalists were pawns in a woefully low-stake game where Grashunskin refused to pay for his skeleton crew's food while a vessel sat in port. They survived through the kindness of local workers. He refused to pay the Beirut port fees. He refused to transfer the cargo. In a whirl, he'd abandoned the whole mess and fled to Cyprus with $1 million in his pocket. 4 men trapped on the Rosas while she was anchored in Beirut. Eventually peddled the ship's fuel to pay for a lawsuit against the Lebanese government. After 11 months, they were released from their floating prison. The cargo's original owner that had paid Grashunskin $1 million for the ammonium nitrate never claimed it. But rarely are grifter ships like the galleon of Chapel Cove, where buried riches need to be defended. Instead, only banal bureaucracies. Prochaska theorized the Lebanese didn't sell their bounty because the officials were so corrupt, incompetent, that they couldn't agree on how to divvy up the profits. Several port officials warned higher ups, including the prime minister, about the danger of leaving the ammonium nitrate there, and such a sighting was roughly ignored. As the ammonium nitrate exploded, a tremendous shockwave gashed through the city, destroying half of it. The Roses, meanwhile, half rotted at the Beirut dock until someone had cut her loose. She had drifted north off the port and finally sank parallel to the breakwater opposite the explosion site. It's still there till its future ghostly reappearance. Finally, as the shockwave traveled, you could sight the reappearance of the cancerous caravels and the greedy galleons of history. And we end with 4 times 50 living men, and I heard nor sight nor groan. With a heavy thump, a lifeless lump, they dropped one by one. The souls did from their bodies fly. They fled to bliss or woe. Samuel Taylor Coleridge.
Beautiful. Don't be calling that fiddle. Dominique Hammond's violin. Very nice.
Yep, you can hear that beautiful classical training.
Yes, indeed. And Tessa Somak from LA, thank you for your words of wisdom.
Yes, thank you, Tessa Summit.
All right, so for our this week's children's segment, highly motivated and energized young folk. This one is named Nandi Bushell. She's her heritage is British and Zulu, and she is a drummer girl, 9 years old. She's jammed with Lenny Kravitz, also a local luminary of the Hudson, New York area. Lenny's been known to be around town a little bit. And anyway, this girl is highly motivated, to put it lightly. And then we have Alana Meredith, who is a virtual open mic regular. This is a little different. This is a soundscape that she made for stories in sound class. And she says, please sit back, close your eyes, and see the images you make up in your mind while listening. This is a less expensive way to produce a video, folks. All you got to do is do the audio, and then you just tell the audience to make up their own video. No, I'm just kidding. Alana's always got great videos, but she's asking us to do it ourselves this time. So Nandi Bushell and Alana Meredith.
Mr. Grohl, your song for me was truly, truly epic. But I've been cooking out something special for you, and it's called Rock and Roll, the epic battle. Hit it! 1, 2, 3, 4.
This battle is epic, the rock gods are pleased. I know I'm gonna win, we're making history. It makes me so happy to rock out with you. This music's in my blood, it's bumping through my veins. It's times like these, my screams break free. It's time to battle now, let's stop pretending now. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll will help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll will help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, help me change the world. Help me change the world. Give me power, these beats. 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 Give me power. My love for drums from me to you. Let's set the music free. Make the rock gods happy like these. On planet, I fight for you. My fist is your equality, bringing love and unity. The honor is mine, I'll go easy on you. Thank you for the wrecking dreams, thank you for the epic screams. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll will help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll will help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock and roll help me change the world. Rock and roll's my love, rock and roll's my soul. Rock help me change the world. Rock and roll, smell love. Rock and roll, smell soul. Rock and roll will help me change the world. Checkmate.
Mr. Grohl, I hope you.
Holy moly, Alana Meredith. That was out there. I'm totally out there, man. Wow. And Nandi Bushell, holy moly. Lenny, what have you wrought? Coming to us from somewhere over there. Holy moly, what a lot of energy. All right, so I think we got some chats. We have some chats.
Yeah, let's see. We heard more from Bronwyn.
Yeah, hello, Bronwyn. I wonder if Bronwyn.
It says that it sounds like an alarm clock to her, so that's interesting.
Good.
And Alana saying thank you for playing her video. And Rick Warren is listening. He really loved Alana's piece, and you're going to find out why if you stay till the end of the show and hear Rick's improvisation.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody so much for chatting and watching the show.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week with all sorts of surprises and new folk and old folk and new segments, maybe. Who knows?
Yes. And for Rick Warren, who is finishing the show for us, as always, it's a tradition in the live open mic as well as the virtual open mic. This is a clip from his live stream from October 11th called Choir Verb Improvisation. And Rick is from Hudson, New York. He plays all different kinds of music, and he's a big part of the music community here.
That's right. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take it away, Lightning Rick Warren.